tell you why I'm so happy. Because it looks like there's a new couple in Hollywood. Aaron, Pierre, that's Tayana. They have been spotted together several times recently, but they seemingly made it official after the Oscars. So they both posted these pictures.
It started with something as simple as silence. No photos. No shared moments. No shoutouts. For weeks, fans had been wondering what was going on with Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre. And then one day, that silence turned into something louder than words. A black SUV parked outside Teyana's gated community. Two men carried boxes out of her house. And right there, walking behind them with a heavy coat, baseball cap pulled low, and his jaw tight, was Aaron Pierre. No smile. No camera-friendly expression. Just a man who looked like he had made a decision and wasn't turning back. People were stunned. There had been whispers for a while, sure. People said he was distant, that he hadn't shown up for key events, that his energy in public with Teyana had shifted. But no one expected this. Aaron moving out felt like the beginning of the end, or maybe the end that had already happened. Behind closed doors. And just when fans were trying to figure out if this was a breakup or just space, another rumor exploded. Aaron left after getting the results of a private DNA test. A test that allegedly confirmed something shocking. The baby Teyana hinted it wasn't his it was almost too much for people to wrap their heads around. First, there was confusion. What baby? When did she confirm it? But then fans remembered the breadcrumbs. That one Instagram story with her hand on her stomach. The baby emojis in her captions. The oversized clothing. The carefully avoided red carpet questions. People had assumed, whispered, speculated. But no official announcement ever came. And now, it made sense why. Because maybe the truth wasn't what she wanted to share, or what she could. The timeline was the first thing fans attacked. They pieced together dates, outfits, old photos. Events she did and didn't attend. A month after the alleged bump photo, she was photographed at an event in a skin-tight dress. No bump. No signs. It felt suspicious back then, but now it felt deliberate. Suddenly, TikTok and Twitter threads were blowing up with side-by-side comparisons. People were trying to figure out what was real and what was just wishful thinking. And then, in the middle of all this chaos, came the unconfirmed report that shook everyone. Not a tweet from an anonymous source claimed Aaron had taken a DNA test, quietly, privately, because he had doubts. The rumor said he'd grown suspicious, especially about the timing of everything. The baby bump, the behavior, the pressure. And when the results came back, they reportedly said the child wasn't biologically his. That night, he packed up his things. And that explained everything. The boxes. The silence. The way he looked like he'd been holding something heavy for weeks and was finally setting it down. People were torn. Some were heartbroken for Aaron. They said he must have felt betrayed, misled, maybe even manipulated. Others were furious with Teyana, accusing her of using motherhood, something deeply sacred, to keep him around. But others didn't jump to judgment so quickly. They asked, what if she believed it herself? What if she wasn't lying to hurt him, but lying to herself out of fear, out of desperation, out of the kind of sadness that makes you do irrational things? Her social media behavior didn't help. One day, she'd post cryptic messages about truth and pain. The next, she'd go completely silent. Then, without warning, she deleted almost every photo of Aaron. Their couple photos, their captions. Their inside jokes, all gone. It was like she was trying to erase a chapter while still crying over its last sentence. And then she posted a photo that broke everyone's heart, just a mirror selfie, no makeup, eyes swollen. The caption? Sometimes the truth isn't freedom. It's just lonely. That's when the stories started coming from her side. A friend allegedly told a blog that Teyana had been under emotional pressure. That Aaron had grown cold. That she felt like she was losing him. Another insider claimed the pregnancy talk wasn't meant to go public, that it was more of a dream than a plan. But somehow, it spiraled. People ran with it. And when the rumors reached Aaron, the damage was done. Aaron's side wasn't loud, but it was sharp. A source close to him allegedly said he didn't hate Teyana. He just felt blindsided. Like someone played with his emotions when he was already emotionally stretched. He wanted love. What he got was confusion. And once he had confirmation that the baby wasn't his, there was no turning back. He unfollowed her. Took down his pictures. Went completely silent. And still, he hasn't spoken. What shocked everyone was how divided the public became. Some people took Aaron's side completely. They said Teyana tried to trap him, and that what she did was unforgivable. Others begged people not to be so cruel. They said, she's been through so much. She might have just wanted love. She might have hoped so hard it became a kind of truth for her. But the court of public opinion doesn't wait for facts, it reacts to feelings. Things got messy. When Iman Shumpert, yes, Teyana's ex, jumped in with a cryptic tweet, "Lies don't build families. Truth does." It was vague, but fans connected dots instantly. Was he suggesting something? Was he calling her out? Or worse, was he involved? The new theory exploded. What if the baby was his? What if Teyana was still emotionally connected to Iman and the timelines overlapped? Suddenly, the drama wasn't just about Aaron walking away, it was about a triangle that maybe never fully ended. Teyana, in the middle of it all, finally cracked. She went live on Instagram late at night. No makeup, dim lighting, visibly shaking. She didn't say any names. But she talked about pain, regret, confusion. She said, "I didn't mean for things to happen this way. I just wanted something real again. I was tired of feeling temporary." At one point, she broke down crying. The comments flooded with support and hate, all at once. It was raw, vulnerable, and heartbreaking. People saw not a celebrity, but a woman unraveling, and yet, even after that emotional live, Aaron didn't respond. He didn't comfort her. He didn't deny anything. He simply posted a quote to his story, "Peace is better than pretty lies." No name, no context, but the message was crystal clear. He wasn't looking back. Fans took that as the final nail in the coffin. Whatever love they had, whatever promises were made, were now in the past. Then came the photos. Aaron was spotted at a quiet dinner with a new woman, tall, elegant, someone unfamiliar to fans. No PDA, no kissing, but the way they leaned into each other, the comfort, the casualness, it was enough. Enough to show that Aaron wasn't mourning anymore. He was moving on. One tweet said it best, "He finally looks like he can breathe again." That hit Teyana's fanbase hard. Because even if she had made mistakes, watching her get left behind in real time was brutal. Especially since she hadn't even confirmed or denied anything officially. No baby announcement. No apology. No press release. Just silence, tears. And a fading timeline of what could have been. In one of her last posts before going completely offline, she wrote, "Sometimes love is the scariest thing. Because it demands truth you're not ready to face." That line stuck with people. Because maybe that's what this whole situation was. Not a scandal. Not a lie. But a tragedy of people trying to hold on to love in all the wrong ways. Maybe Teyana wanted a future so badly, she blurred the lines of the present. And maybe Aaron was too tired to keep chasing something he couldn't fully trust. A few weeks later, another piece of the puzzle surfaced, this time, in the form of a grainy paparazzi photo. The image spread quickly across gossip blogs and fan pages. A woman, allegedly Teyana, was seen leaving a doctor's office alone. No visible baby bump. No companion. Just her, dressed down in an oversized hoodie, head lowered beneath the shadow of her cap, moving quickly, as if trying to disappear. The photo didn't offer answers. In fact, it only deepened the mystery. Was she there for a routine visit? Was there ever a pregnancy at all? No one knew for sure. But the silence that followed was loud, deafening, even as speculation flooded in. Online debates flared back up. Some voices grew cruel, accusing her of deception, of staging a narrative that never existed. Others pushed back, insisting she was simply a woman who believed in something too deeply, held on too tightly, and now had to live with the heartbreak that followed. The truth? Likely somewhere in the murky, painful middle. But one thing was clear: whatever had happened left emotional wreckage in its wake. Not just for Tiana. Not just for Aaron. But for everyone who had watched the story unfold like a slow-burning tragedy. Aaron, for his part, has moved forward, at least publicly. His social media shows more of him now, smiling on hiking trails, attending indie film events, even laughing with friends. He looks lighter. More at ease. His team has stayed tight-lipped, declining all comments, but insiders say he's focusing on himself. On his work. On healing, quietly and without theatrics. He's not interested in stirring the pot. He just wants peace. Tiana, in contrast, has vanished from the spotlight. No red carpets. No new projects. No statements. Just stillness. Those close to her say she's centering herself, spending time with her daughter, rediscovering who she is beyond the noise. Others believe she's simply not ready to face the world again. And honestly, that's okay. Sometimes the bravest thing a person can do is go quiet, rebuild in private, and return only when they're whole again. In the end, this was never really about a DNA test or a quiet move out. It ran deeper than that. It was about the quiet fears that live inside all of us, the fear of being left behind, of not being enough, of giving your heart and watching it be walked away from. Tiana may have made choices people questioned. She might have held on too long, or said too little, or tried to protect something already falling apart. But at the core of it all was a woman who didn't want to lose, again. Two people who once dreamed of forever, now just a memory, a lesson in how even the strongest love can break under pressure. Not villains. Not heroes. Just human. Hurting in different ways. Healing on different timelines. For now, that's all we know. And maybe, that's all we'll ever know.